Okay, hi and assalamualaikum guys, my name is Faruan. And in this video I will explain a case study about the depressed teen.
Depression is a disorder that afflicts over 10% of the world's population, but we as a society know little about it. Stereotypes tell us that depressed people are weak, unless they happen to be a tortured artist. It can be difficult to understand depression because it's invisible. It's a disorder defined by thoughts, behaviors, and feelings, rather than obvious symptoms like vomiting, rashes, or fever. Those who have experienced depression are all too familiar with comments from misguided friends such as snap out of it or just get up and do something. Even those with depression might have a hard time understanding what they are experiencing, and they often blame themselves for not being able to snap out of it. To understand what depression really is, we need to talk about symptoms. First of all, depression has symptoms related to how someone feels. These symptoms include nearly constant feelings of sadness, anger, guilt, or hopelessness. Next, there are symptoms related to behavior. They include social withdrawal, a lack of energy, low motivation, poor concentration, sleep problems, or significant changes in appetite. Finally, symptoms related to thoughts include poor self-esteem, thoughts of suicide, and loss of interest in regular activities. Symptoms of depression must last at least 1 week, and they are often cyclical. This means that the symptoms can come and go over a period of months or years. A person who experiences depression once is likely to have future episodes. It can be difficult to think of these thoughts, feelings, and behaviors as symptoms. To many of us, because they are in our head, they can seem like decisions. It can seem like someone who is depressed has chosen to be lazy and sleep all day, or they have decided to stop spending time with friends because they have a bad attitude. But remember, what's in our head isn't imaginary. Our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by a complex series of chemicals in our brains. The exact causes of depression are poorly understood, but we have an idea of factors that influence the illness. We know that changes to hormones in the brain, called neurotransmitters, can have a major effect on depression. Many medications used in the treatment of depression work by increasing the levels of these neurotransmitters. We also know that genetics play an important role in depression. People who have a family history of depression are more likely to experience the disorder. Just because your parents had depression doesn't mean you necessarily will, but the chances are greater. Finally, we know that environmental factors play a role in depression. Living in poverty, experiencing a traumatic event, or other stressful situations may trigger the disorder. That being said, depression does not always have a clear trigger, which often leads to a person not understanding why they feel so down. Treatment for depression usually includes psychotherapy and medication. Either can work on its own, but a combination of both medication and therapy has been found to be the most effective. In summary, depression is a disorder that's widespread but poorly understood. The symptoms can negatively affect a person's thoughts, feelings, and behavior to a debilitating degree. However, treatments that include medication, psychotherapy, or a combination of the two can help to manage to eliminate the symptoms of depression.
The first task that I get is by using the Ishikawa diagram. I should explain why genes diagnose with depression. Okay, firstly we go to the machine. The machine that I can get from the case study is a medical examination. A medical examination is one of the machine that we can measure the level of the mental disorder of gene's condition. And the method that I can get from the case study is less interest about everything and avoiding everything, even a family, friends, even though at school or at home, and grade drops at school. The three methods that genes showed is the mental health condition. Okay, the material that I can get from the case study is alcohol. Alcohol is the only one that genes to release their grief about his brother's death. Okay, next we go to the environment that genes circle, which is at school, and at home, which is a family at home, and peers, which is friends at school. And next we go to the measurement. The measurement that genes feel about his health condition is addicted to alcohol, grief about his brother's death, and feeling worthless. Okay, lastly we go to the people that get involved in Jean's daily life. The pastor is the person who is solving the health condition of Jean's health. And the next is family members. The family members of Jeans is know the health condition of Jeans after his brother's death. Okay, the next task is by using SWOT analysis, present the best solution to avoid teenagers from using drugs. The first thing is strength. The strength that we can do is do some activities and sharing problem with others. When we do some activities, we can release our stress, such as we play football, we play badminton, we do some activities to enjoy in our life. And sharing problem with others, when we sharing problem with others, we can get help even with our family members or our friends. Okay, the weaknesses is less attention. Minor of the teenagers is got less attention from their family, even with their parent. Most of parents in the world is busy with their job. Okay, next we go to the opportunities. The opportunities that we can get is when joining rehab facility, we can get more knowledge about the drugs, the pros and cons, and the negativity about when we get involved with the drugs. And the next is advanced classes for various fields. And when we joining these opportunities, we can get more knowledge about everything in the world. Okay, lastly we go to the traits in SWOT analysis. The traits we face is alcohol and peer influence. Both of them is quite large traits for the teenagers. Okay, the last task that I get is giving a short helpful response. Okay, for the first situation, if I'm the person in situation A, I will be a friend to he or she and face the mental health challenge together and solve any problem that face us together. Okay, for the second situation, I will help them with the asking the problem and help to gain weight by using protein or something else that can cure from the anorexia disease. Okay, for the last situation is if my classmate gets several panic attacks for the midterms coming up. If I'm the person, I will doing a study group and sharing skills or sharing our advantage to others to help others disadvantage. That's all from me. Thank you.